Brakatah Yahweh Shah, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shah, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shah, Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Raha Hadash, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered across the four winds. This is your brother Yakar Abin from Great Millstone, Houston. Just back with another lesson. You know, well, I'm gonna just get into it. This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he?" So at this time and moment, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, which is Esau Edom. Esau Edom is the wicked, or the self proclaimed white man is the wicked, according to the Holy Scriptures, because he has all the characteristics of, you know, outline. He has all the characteristics of the wicked that are outlined, in the Holy Scriptures. You know, he's the border of wickedness. He's the border of wickedness. Wherever you find him, there is going to be wickedness. But that's not the focus of the lesson. The focus of the lesson is that, the Lord set this man in power, but the Lord is going to take him out of power, and then he's going to set up a righteous kingdom on earth. And that's what the Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the prophets have been asking, since the time, since the beginning of time. You know, the sons of God fell out of grace, and ever since then, that's been the question: when is the Lord going to set His people back up over the earth? When is His righteous rulership going to come on? And it's all throughout the scriptures. This is let's get it. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3, and it says, "And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and the end of the world?" Okay, so the end of the world, you would talk to people and they say, well, the earth is going to be destroyed. That's not what that means. This is the end of the world. We'll look up that word. It's a G4930. I'm not even gonna try and butcher that. But it says completion, consummation, end. So, you know, when we speak of the end of the world, and then this word world here is ion, G165. It's a it says forever, a unbroken age, perpetually, perpetuity of time, eternity, the world's universe, a period of time or age. But that's what it means, a period of time. So this is this the end of the world is the period of time to which Esau Edom will be taken out of power. Because as it stands right now, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and he covered the faces of the judges there. If not, wherein who is he? So the earth, the whole entire earth is given into the wicked, but the promise is that the Israelites will take over. So it says, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So the end of the age, the end of the wicked rulership on the earth, because the Lord said that, he's going to set up a righteous ruler. Let's get that. This is Ecclesiastes, or Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh means he is, or the existing one, and Yahweh Shah means he is the deliverer. That's who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is Yahweh Shah, the deliverer. He is the deliverer. It says, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So that's the end of the world. The end of the world is when Yahweh will set up Yahweh Shah over the rulership of the earth. You know, it's not going to be, a magical thing outside the realm of reality. It's not going to be heaven after you die. No, the Lord is going to set up his rulership on the earth, and with his son at the head of it, being immortal, and with the Israelites, with the 144,000 being under him as the ruling body, and the Israelites living forever. That's the promise. I mean, that's the promise. And we'll get that real quick. As a side note, this is Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 7. It says, for if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I shall make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor or every man his brother, saying, know Yahweh, for they all shall know me from the least to the greatest. But that is, that's the promise. That's the promise that the Lord is going to set up his son in rulership over the earth, you know. And the Lord has told us time and time and time and time and time again what he was going to do. Yeah, we'll get it here. It says, this is Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 8. It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Jacob's rulership is the beginning that follows after Esau's rulership, when the Lord is going to set up one that is profitable. We got it in Daniel as well. This is Daniel chapter 2 and verse 44. It says, in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So, whoever's preaching that, the Russians are going to rise up after 1,000 years, no, that's what it says right here. It says, it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So the Lord is going to set up one that is profitable over the earth. So in these times, what we're doing is trying to hasten the day, because we want to dwell in a kingdom that dwells righteousness. This is Second Peter chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. the earth also and the works therein shall be burned up. Seeing that these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought we to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And that's when, the other nations are going to fire these thermonuclear missiles on the United States, Babylon the Great. The other nations are going to fire on, the virgin daughter of Babylon, and she's going to be destroyed. But that's not the entire earth. That's just going to be Babylon the Great. But it says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens, and let's get that word new. It's kainos, new as respect. Okay, G2537 as respect as as respects form, recently made, fresh, recent, unused, unworn, as respects substance, a new kind, unprecedented, novel, uncommon, unheard of. But it means kind of to be refreshed. Let's it says to age new, recently born, young. Well, it's going to be a refreshment. It's going to be a refreshing. It's not going to be a literal new heaven and a new earth, but it's going to be a new heaven and a new earth in that it will be refreshed, and the laws, statutes, and commandments will go out from Jacob. You know, uh, Slakia. Yeah, it says this is Second Peter 3:13. It says, "Nevertheless, we, according to His promise, look for refreshed heavens and refreshed earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness." So these are the things that we're looking for: refreshed earth, you know, a new heaven and a new earth, where righteousness dwells. Let's get that real quick, and then I'll go ahead and close it out. There's This is Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2, and it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it." So this is talking about the governments. The Lord's government is going to be set up on top of all governments on the earth, and all nations will flow into it. And many people shall go and say, "Come ye, and let us go to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, from Jerusalem." So, I mean, that in itself, we just read in Hebrews 8, where the Israelites are going to, everybody, all of the house of Israel, the laws are going to be put in their inward parts. But yet the heathen are going to have to learn the laws from the Israelites. So that's when the Lord is going to set up his everlasting kingdom on earth. You know, his government is going to be set up. So, all of the laws, statutes, and commandments that the law set forth to give the Israelites, you know, everybody's going to have to keep those. So I mean, you can get down. It would be in your best interest if your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob, that you know you would try to get into this and start keeping the laws as best as you can, because one way or another you're going to keep them, whether it be in this life or whether you be destroyed and have to come back through the elect that make it on this side. Either way, you're going to have to keep the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. So it would behoove you to get into it now. That being said, I like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Raha Kadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Hopefully, this lesson was edifying. Shalom. Kwam Yashala. Abba Baba.